Hello and welcome back here to Rose Field for a matchup between the Arctic Altitude and Eastern Extreme that has major standings implications in the AL.
So if the Altitude sweep, they will clinch the 1 seed in the AL for the regular season. If they don't, then either the Wolves or the Diamonds will have to sweep to get the 1 seed.
Yeah, another scenario, if the Altitude lose 2, the Wolves or the Diamonds could win the series, winning 2 games, and they would also clinch the division. This series doesn't really mean anything for the Extreme. They're going to be playing the Panthers in the first round of the playoffs. And this is also the first game of our second ever doubleheader. Next up, we got the Wolves and Diamonds. So it's all coming down to the wire today. This is the final day of the regular season. And make sure you're subscribed because we got the playoffs coming up and it's going to be amazing. So with that, let's send it on over for some player interviews.
I'm here with Jackson Lewis of the Arctic Altitude, and how do you plan to sweep today?
I think we're just going to play our best and hope for the best.
Yep. All right, on to game 1.
City parks are closed today due to excessive heat, but not Rose Field and not Wiffle Ball for this big league Wiffle Ball matchup between the Eastern Extreme 3-9 against the 6-6 Arctic Altitude. It is 114 degrees. Zach Rich hands in left field. Koss going sidearm today, changing up his previous. Oh, and Jackson Lewis goes deep. That was as hot as it is outside getting out of this field. Jackson Lewis, 3-0 in the top of the first.
No,
that just
gone.
ruined.
It was gone. It was gone.
Commissioner Rose has
Gone.
overruled the deputy commissioner. Nice rip. That's in play. It's not, but that's a triple for Braden Lewis. 2 outs. Pops it up to Koss. Is he making the play? Nice job. Navigates second base. No infield fly rules in Wiffle Ball. We go to the bottom of the first with the Altitude jumping out to a 3-0 lead. Popped up to Lewis. Drops it in right. Koss decides not to take the second. 3-2. And that stays fair due to the bat of Koss. It probably would have gone foul, but he didn't drop his bat in time.
Boss.
Oh, and Jankowski goes opposite field. Dinger through the new gap in the right field fence. And that's another run for the Altitude. We're not sure Jankowski has hit a ball to the right side of the field in his life. Oh, great pitch by Koss. Great pitch. That's a fair ball, and that's an out. That's an out, game of inches. And now go the Altitude, but they get 1. Upstairs, Rich to first. 1-2 to Koss. Full count. Especially on 3-1 counts. But that's another walk for Jankowski. Number 16 on the mound for the Altitude. Oh, and he hits the ball. You gotta go. You gotta run.
Boss.
It is not.
Boss.
If he would have hustled, he would have beat that out. Instead, it is a pitcher's hand out. Down go the Extreme. Just missed. Lewis to first. Lewis had the biggest hit today. 3-run blast in the first. 3-1. just missed. Oh, and that run the rules. The Extreme is MVP of the game, Jackson Lewis. Puts an ocho and an exclamation mark on the inning for the Altitude. As they say, that was a no-doubter. Nice rip by Koss up the middle. That's still in play. Don't throw your hands up if you can still play it. Jankowski heating up. Good job. Hits it right back up the middle. Barely beats Rich. And that's the game, ending in a 12-0 win for the Altitude over the Stream.
Boss.
Here we go. Game 2, Big League Wiffle Ball, Eastern Extreme, Arctic Altitude. The Extreme now sitting at 3-10 on the year with the Altitude at 7-6. 1-2. Time will tell. 2-2. And Jankowski rips one. That looks like a triple, or is that a home run? Commissioner Rose, we go to you. Deputy Commissioner Carson Rose. Home run for Jankowski.
Boss.
The Altitude have looked like the Bronx Bombers here today. One, two. Beautiful pitch. Smart move by Koss to change it up. Lewis always looking up, always up there to hit. Pulls one foul. Unbelievable pitch by Koss. The damage is done, however, as the Altitude jump out to a 4-0 lead. It's the hardest pitch we've seen all day. Good rip by Koss, but it's an out. Oh, and Koss hits it up. Lewis with trouble. Rich needs to remember there's 2 outs.
Boss.
But just a long single is the Extreme threat here in the second. Full count now to Rich. Who's going to win this matchup? Downstairs, 3-1. And here you got another walk. And the star of game 1, Jackson Lewis, comes in. And that is the 3rd run of the inning. Oh, and he was late on the pitch. Lewis clutches up. But the Extreme make it a game. 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the second. 3-1. Goes to his pitch. But misses again, and the bases are now juiced. And he drives one. Rich is on it. Doesn't call it unplayable. We like the hustle. He's safe at second on a bang-bang play. The Altitude get 2. Because the Extreme can only get 6 runs in the top of the inning. A walk here, a hit here, ends the game, and the Altitude will be the winners 10-3. The 3-1 count. And that is it. Down go the Extreme 10-3. Here we go. Game 3 between the 3 and 11 Eastern Extreme and the 8 and 6 Arctic Altitude. That's it. We go to the bottom of the first. Down goes Koss on a slider from Lewis. Outside. He gets what they need, which is base runners. Late on the pitch. Kowski laid off that pitch and takes first. Did that hit the strike zone? Hit the strike zone, it's moving, and one of the few strikeouts we've seen for Jackson Lewis today. Good job by Koss as they look to battle back. First run of the inning for the Altitude, and they take a 7-0 lead. Good rip by Jankowski. Is that out of play? No, Rich with good hustle. But 2 runs score. 4 runs in. And he rips one up the middle. And that is 2 runs, and that's a run rule. 12-0 Altitude, running up the score. And he blasts one deep. Is that going to be unplayable? No, Braden Lewis decides to play it, holds his hands up, Jankowski calls it. Commissioner Rose, is that a double or a triple? It's a double. Good rip by Koss. That's a walk for Rich. First and second. As Rich goes down on strikes when they can least afford it. And that's a walk. The Extreme are on the board here in the bottom of the second. Oh, and he swings at ball 4. Down go the Extreme. And after 2, it is 12-1 Altitude. Good rip. Pitcher's hand. He gets him out. Close play at first. Nice job by Koss. And he rips one to right. That ball's still in play. It's a long single, but Jankowski scores. Koss did not get back to the mound. So that's 2 more runs in for the Altitude. And Jackson Lewis, did he do it again? Oh my, oh my. Boom goes his dynamite. 3-1 shot for the Altitude. All 4. And that doesn't quite end it unless Braden Lewis wants to get aggressive. He doesn't, but that's it for the Altitude. They put up 6 runs in the first, 6 runs in the second, 6 runs in the third. Boom. That's the swing we've come to know from Zach Koss. Going to second. Safe at second. Close call. Commissioner Rose, do you want to review that play? Safe, he says. You think it's staying outside? You may be wrong. And bases are loaded. 3-2. And Koss again rips it. Holds him to a single. Good job. Is it getting outside the line? It is not. That's an out, but it scores a run. Oh, and he blasts one! A 3-run dinger for the Extreme. Just when you thought it was over, they put up 6 so far, and one of the peculiar rules of Big League Wiffle Ball, there is no run limit for the home team in the bottom of the last. Rich! Another walk. Greg Kimbrell comes in. Recently traded to the White Sox. Jankowski looking to play that role for the altitude. And it is low and the bases are loaded. They're down to their last strike. 2-2. 2 outs. Foul tip into the zone. The bat goes flying.
Boss.
Jankowski comes in. Puts out the fire. The Altitude go on to win Game 3 and a series sweep. The Altitude at 9-6. The Altitude at 9-6 are this year's Big League Wiffle Ball's American League champion.